So, hello everyone and welcome back to some more of the Chicken Police Painted Red on the Advent Calendar. And the very much the last Advent Calendar day, as in the Christmas Eve and all. So, I hope you all have a great Christmas too. And let's go into the game, visit the weekend house, and then we're gonna be going there and see how the game is gonna end. I assume at least.
So, we're looking for more evidence?
I don't know, maybe.
No, I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Just a little bit.
Okay, sure. But
But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it.
no even police in here at the moment, which is kind of surprising.
Well, they couldn't even manage to scrape it off.
Useless pincushions.
They're always half-assed, Sonny. You drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Leave them be. Your record is perfect. You've been on the force for 15 years. Almost 10 of that with me.
Almost.
That's why I deserve a medal.
Get out. Wind down. Resign. Become... well, let's see. Anything.
Anything else?
If you only knew how much I've thought about that. But I'm simply not good at anything else. Either I'm a gangster or a cop. I've got too much of a backbone to be a gangster.
And I wouldn't want you to be a gangster.
Also, to be a cop, Marty.
Yeah, considering some of the cops are like gangster cops.
That word.
Indeed.
You don't want to go in there just like that. It's a closed crime scene.
I hope you're just messing with me, Marty.
Of course I'm messing with you. Let's get inside there and see how much the boys have messed up the place.
Yeah.
You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl,
Deborah.
yeah, her body, I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
Alright.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
So is that still the case?
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
Yep, thanks very much.
But then everything changed on the ship.
Oh, that's cool, I guess. At that point it actually changed, but yeah. Like, I can understand, I guess, in a sense that he was mad because we did say that this would be a simple little case and nothing big, and then there's a body. Like, that's not a simple little case now, is it?
On the ship. Why there?
Well, you did kinda save his life too.
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I guess. Like, you felt that you were our partner and that's, like, even if we would both die, that would be your place, but it's a little bit difficult to put into words.
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
I guess so.
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
Should be easy. Rats are smaller than chickens.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
Yes, pinky swear. I hope.
I swear.
All right. Let's hit the road.
Soon, at the very least, indeed. Some sort of achievement or whatever. Looks a lot more pleasant on the daytime without a body in there. Just a blood stain.
Any better?
Not really.
I'm curious about how they killed her. There were no injuries on her body as far as we could see.
Well, if all goes well, we'll learn about that soon.
Indeed.
Or not.
Or not. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yep.
Strange, but I have a terrible feeling of déjà vu.
Deja vu. It's a little bit on the red A little bit of blood there.
Nice.
Yeah, it really is.
That's the same you said before, to be honest. Oh, I wonder how Natasha is.
Natasha became even more mysterious with every detail we learned about her.
You fell for her hard, huh?
A little bit.
It's nothing like that, Marty. I only met her one time. It just makes me crazy if I can't solve something. And she's something I just can't solve.
Maybe you have to accept this one, Boss Bird. That woman's out of your league. From a different world entirely.
That's for sure true. Very different world.
You're probably right. Who are you? Who are you really?
Indeed, that's an amazing question.
Human, huh? My partner loves these weird things.
Ah, yeah. Then you gotta get something like that to Laura, I guess.
You're who?
I got a new partner when you left.
Oh, okay, a partner. You got a new partner and you actually have a new partner in the police, like that sort of a partner.
When Blood Boil fired me.
Yeah, apparently.
Sure, when you were fired. His name is Melvin, a little greenhorn of an otter.
Okay.
And where exactly is he?
I have no idea. We worked together for one day, then I told everyone I wasn't gonna work with anyone but you.
Ah.
But you hated me.
Yeah. I was even a little afraid they'd call you back. But Blood Boil got it, so he let me work alone.
Okay, cool.
That feels strangely comforting. So Marty has a partner, so what? I'm not jealous. You are.
Totally, Totally, I believe you in that.
The phone's dead.
It sure is. Okay, I guess that's all from this place. We may go. Nothing else that at least I can see. Probably indeed miss those magazines or those chicken police stories in some different places. Let's just have a peek in here completely. Would I find another book to pick up? But I don't think so. Nah. Let's go to the finale, to the Wessler residence and see what there will be.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over.
Indeed. Just a few gunshots on our car.
Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
Indeed, what could possibly go wrong? Still doubt you would have been controlling all of it, but...
Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Hope so. That's all, apparently.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
First time some other colors... Well, not the first time. There was that one painting in the Insane Asylum, for example, that had a lot of color. But like... and there was that shoe which was yellow. But I think this is almost the first time that we actually see a lot of green, which is surprising to me. Most of the time it's been red. Of course, green eyes from Natasha.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty. And half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Well, if we catch him.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us. And Natasha, too, I hope.
I hope so, too.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
We'll see.
Lovely prospects, huh?
Yep.
I've had worse.
Really?
Well, it definitely is fancy. A red knight.
Huh, one of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
Or what Ibn or one of the family thought about himself. Probably not exactly Albert.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
I don't know.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
Possibly, at least.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah. Yeah, that's still assumable that he was gonna be leaving, but then Albert kinda ruined those plans. Poor Ibn, to be honest. Kind of felt bad for him, for sure. Just got killed by his twin brother and just, well, and just when he was about to wanna change his life.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp clans.
Alright.
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money, of course.
Of course.
That too.
Maybe one day, you'll get your own statue at the PD, boss. I can
Maybe.
almost see it now.
Not while Blood Boil's alive.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe one day...
Well, that's the red night for sure with greenhouse. Interesting.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
I don't know, a lot of plants probably.
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Probably.
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monster.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Maybe there is.
Do you remember that case? When that old weasel met us in a greenhouse just like this one.
Of course I remember. We barely talked for 5 minutes, but you drank 2 full glasses of brandy with that old guy.
Wow.
I needed hydration. It was boiling in there.
Hydration, huh?
Totally.
A real jungle grows in the middle of the concrete jungle.
Wow.
And the poet is lost in the jungle.
Indeed.
A real jungle.
Yeah, I was thinking that that's probably all, but had to make sure, you know?
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Yeah,
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
truly.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Yeah, they do say such things.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
We could also drive around in one of these, huh? Do you think we would have made it as gangsters?
Nah.
I don't think so, Marty. We're born to be suckers.
Yeah.
Honest suckers, at least.
Yep.
Same thing.
Sucker, a sucker, no matter what type of a sucker. That's a weird thing to say, but anyways.
Wessler sure has a sense of style.
Do you mean his car or Natasha?
Maybe both.
Both.
Fair enough.
Wessler sure has a sense of...
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I don't know.
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Oh,
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
if you say so.
Or he just has too much dough.
It's a long way down.
Yeah, if you climb all the way up there, but we're not there yet.
Well, we could finally find out if you can fly or not. Want to try?
I don't know about that.
It's a long way down.
That's the entrance and the mansion itself.
Is this a mansion? Or a grand palace?
Or a small city?
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
Certainly.
A serious advantage. Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's hers.
Yeah, amazing.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler, can still dream something so beautiful to surround himself with.
Well, even Ibn Wessler did want all those paintings and stuff like that. I guess love changed him, and love also changed Albert, but that was a little bit worse type of a love changing him, considering he couldn't be with the person that he loved and then killed Ibn and all that stuff.
Look at all these plants. Strange.
Let's go.
Hey, not so fast, chickens.
Yeah, I knew you would be here. Gabriel and the other guy whose name I do not remember because it was quite difficult, and I wouldn't have remembered Gabriel's name either.
Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits. As you may already know.
Yes, we may. We may indeed. Entrance over there, but I think we should talk to them first.
Look who's here.
Indeed.
What a surprise. Our biggest fans.
Yeah, they failed a lot of trying to shoot us.
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Maybe.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
Hopefully not.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Please tell me there's...
If we're...
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Indeed.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Totally don't recognize them at all.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
Yeah, but you kinda sucked at that.
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
You is kind of there's that dot in a wrong spot. Just notice it. Had to mention.
Is that so?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's so horny.
Horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sights while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Thanks.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Of course, like, what could be the best case scenario would be if Albert could willingly go back to the asylum. Well, I don't think he could live without Natasha, so that's probably not gonna really happen because he's gonna be a danger here for just about anyone because of his split personality, especially.
Do you sense that, Sonny?
I do sense something. A case of hyper stupidity.
You just have to poke them even more, eh?
And utter incompetence.
You're right.
Don't shit with me, you foul. It won't work well for you.
You say so. But you failed a couple times now. First the ship failing, and then a couple of shootouts that you failed at.
I'm afraid my partner speaks the truth, gentlemen.
Such tall and handsome creatures, aren't they, partner?
Sure are, partner.
One more time.
Do you sense that? And you...
Alright, let's go then. Bye-bye,
This
gentlemen.
must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Indeed, I would think so.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
I don't know.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
We'll see how it will work out, I mean.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Indeed. Well, Olivia is here, your favorite.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
I doubt she has any idea that it's not Ibn anymore, although he has been acting strangely. So, but I don't know what she would be thinking about it then.
Much more than me, I guess.
Yes.
That wouldn't be hard. Maybe you should talk to her. She was your girlfriend after all.
For a very short time period, I think.
We only had 2 dates, and they weren't great.
Why am I not surprised? Maybe you should talk to her.
Hello, Olivia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Well, we can't.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
I don't know if we know what we're doing, but we gotta be doing this anyways.
Martin,
Huh?
don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
As in Natasha.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
Well, we kinda do and kinda don't.
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
Now that's a good question. So, what's up with you, Natasha? How much do you know? How much are you involved with all of these things?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Okay, sure you do, Natasha.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
I regret not having looked around more before, but I didn't know that Olivia would immediately get this started.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Thank you, Natasha.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
Alright, Natasha is there now. Good. It's nice that I can have at least a look around if there's anything else in here, but I guess there isn't much, just the walls. A lot of plants though, it does look very nice.
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is. It's like some ancient... Both, I guess.
Ancient virus something.
It's like some ancient virus is poisoning the place.
Do you mean the plants? Or Albert?
Who knows?
Both, I guess. It's like some... Both. It's like some... Both.
I tried to go away from that. Apparently I failed. Stairs, no.
This place is incredible, but it kinda gives me the creeps.
Gotcha.
Because you know what lies behind the beauty.
But I guess it was better when Ibn was here, at least when he was changing and all that.
With Natasha, too?
Who knows?
I haven't decided yet.
Neither have I.
I wonder how Albert feels about this place. From a cell to a mansion.
Indeed, that's a good question.
Insane, isn't it?
You took the words right out of my beak. I wonder how Albert feels.
I tried to warn you.
Well,
Thanks, Olivia?
it can't be helped.
You know, I had a dream before we came here. I saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and red claws.
And? What does that tell you?
That she might be more involved and have had her claws in it, in this whole thing.
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm just angry. Truth is, I'm not entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
as in how she started the case for us and all that, eh?
There she is, the femme fatale.
Yeah.
Yeah, our fate's in her hands.
And what lovely hands they are, huh?
With sharp claws, Marty.
Very sharp.
Come on, Sonny. Deep breath. Pull yourself together.
Well, let's see where this goes with Natasha.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Well, pretty much. I'm pretty sure we do.
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
And somehow survived through all of it.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yes, we do know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
About what exactly?
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Very true, too.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Yep.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
Well, it's true, though. She is now cold and stiff. And very dead.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I am more leaning that you didn't, but hey, that's the thing. You can't be certain, and we have to make sure that that's the case, because after all, you came here, you didn't come there to the house to actually meet with us. What was the reason? We cannot know until you tell us anyway, so yeah.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
But of course, if you had no idea about Ibn and Albert switching kind of places, then, well, I can understand.
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
I guess he wants to have a chat with us before we go and tell Natasha.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to tell Natasha. And, well, we'll see how quickly his personality changes. He can have a nice personality too that is more like Ibn, I'm certain. And this is that.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Uh-huh.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
... But here, of course, the question, would Natasha know Ibn/Albert's intentions? But I just don't from this get the feeling that she does actually know that this is actually Albert and not Ibn. But on the other hand, she could have those guesses considering the fact that she had met Albert too.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Goodbye for now, at least. Guess I gotta go up the stairs then, eh? Really will. Can't just...
Come on, Sonny.
Okay, let's go then. Wessler indeed. Just not Ibn Wessler.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
Yes.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Even if it isn't exactly you who built it.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
Indeed. Just some thoughts.
I can see you're very attracted to nature. I thought rats preferred the urban environment. Oh, don't take that the wrong way, of course.
Of course.
Not all rats are the same, Detective. Natasha and I love the closeness of nature. Yeah, especially lately.
I find cold, close walls repulsive.
Hint to the asylum, yes.
I don't understand why you're telling me this.
Oh, it's nothing. Not important. I'd just like to grab him and throw him out the window.
Well, we won't be doing that at this point. He did invite us to come and talk to him anyway, so would be kind of wrong. Hey, I'll take that though. Farewell from Walls. I wonder where all I've been missing this though.
Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that. It almost gives me the creeps just looking at it.
Of course, it might be that it's not actually the case. Ah, that might be even a painting he has also drawn then. It is a very, well, indeed, sensual painting, but that's kind of risky indeed to put your brother to paint this sort of things. I wonder how many would be doing that, to put their brother painting this sort of things about their lovely ones.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Indeed.
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
We don't.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
Indeed.
More like prophetic.
Prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah, are you trying to intimidate me?
I don't know.
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
Totally.
I really hope so.
It's a little early for that, isn't it?
Eh, some people need coffee to start their day, Mr. Featherland. I start with a good brandy.
Damn. You know what? In your place, I'd do the same.
Makes sense.
Maybe I should confiscate it as evidence.
Nah, we won't though, will we?
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
And you have really a lot to lose.
I agree. Have you been suffering from nightmares recently?
Yeah, no. I sleep like a baby if you want to know.
Really? I've been plagued by them, so I always sleep with my gun.
Yeah, I'm, sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
It's an unmistakable sign.
Indeed. Fear of what he could lose. Indeed, and a lovely painting for sure. So have you painted it yourself, eh? Mr. Wessler.
This painting.
Well, now you see one painting of Natasha Katsenko, Marty.
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
Yeah. Alright, we have that piece of this goddamn painting corner.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Indeed.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. It's here with us.
Dot 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 dot.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
Interesting.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
Yeah, is that like who made it? That's what it means, who made it.
A.W.
Yeah, Albert Wessler, actually.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
So clearly, indeed, Albert, yep, there is the name right there in the corner. Natasha had a bad feeling that that would be the case, even if, well, she couldn't be certain, I'm sure.
It's unbelievable how much trouble one single painting can make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean, Detective.
I'll make it clear for you soon enough. Be patient, Mr. Wessler.
Even my patience has its limits, you know.
I'm not surprised painting it drove Albert crazy.
Yeah, should really not have put Albert to paint something like this. The one from behind was already quite a bit, but then even this one is like, yeah, not a good idea.
Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
Interesting.
The whole thing's so transparent.
Well, but that's how it is when you actually know the answer.
We must finally put an end to this case, even if it kills us.
Indeed, let's do it.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Indeed.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Who tried to shoot us a few times though, but...
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
Yeah, no offense taken.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
Indeed.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
Maybe.
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Ask. Well, first, speak.
My time's precious, chickens. Get to the point before I lose my patience.
Sure.
Don't rush us, Mr. Wessler. We'll get to the point when it's time.
So, about Natasha Gatsenko, you really love her, don't you?
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Yeah.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Yeah, at least one of your personalities.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
A little bit, yes.
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
No, I don't think we would be.
You son of a bitch.
But don't let it get to you.
Sonny, don't.
Indeed.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
Indeed.
You're funny, you know that?
You're funny too, Albert. So do you like this piece of painting?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
You do know it's you, you know.
Such self-criticism.
Indeed.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
Obviously not, but... Well, something happened, didn't it?
No, it's not a crime in itself.
It just caused some crime. So, here's the photo of you two.
This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
In what way?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
Yeah, and you both love the same girl.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
Indeed.
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
He sure did.
Who do you mean?
Albert.
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
I highly doubt Ibn was, but Albert himself, who is right here, certainly of course was.
You mean, me?
Yes.
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
Yes. Indeed. And that is you.
And you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Eh, I have no idea.
Uh-huh. Sure you don't.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
I highly doubt that.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Yeah. Totally.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
Sure.
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
No surprises there. Your letter. It says a lot.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
It sure is.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
Indeed.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
Uh-huh. But you are Albert. I'm quite certain of it.
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Oh, that's true, though.
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
Probably not that she didn't feel the same way anymore when it wasn't actually Ibn but was Albert.
What? What did you just say?
That you're Albert.
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Well, we at least have had some more sufferings too when Molly has left, and I understand your problems with those things, but still, it's a terrible thing to do to your brother, especially when he was so fond of you. But of course, your brother did the wrong thing of asking you to do these paintings, because that was just known to cause some trouble.
My time's precious.
Don't run.
Yeah. Well, let's see how badly I'll do with this question now that we know it's actually Albert. Yeah, pulled out the gun. That's no normal questioning.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who really is. Yeah, he is insane after all. Poor little thing. Yep. Imposter. Not actually the same impressions anymore, because it is actually Albert Thaddeus Wessler. So what were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Well, that's then not the way to do it, right? To go and take Ibn's place, to get her to love you as you are. That's just not the way. That was a foolish thing to do.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
But, on the other hand, manipulator, indeed. So why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious. From the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
It wasn't a good thing to do, though, you know.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Yeah, I'm certain he didn't.
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Yeah, that's definitely like the thing. Oh, he would have killed me, so I killed him first instead. Sort of excuse, so... You can't even know for sure, and especially considering he just was foolish to bring you into this. But on the other hand, he still cared for you too. Wanted to have you in his life at least sometimes.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Well, you didn't, because you destroyed them. If you respected and loved, then the most you wouldn't have done that. Anyways, why would the girl's love go over the love for your brother who also loved you? That's just not a good thing, you know, Albert. Not a good thing at all.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler. But you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
But yeah, the previous at least question that I asked, I tried to ask a little bit softer question because the other ones seemed so kind of attacking. So I thought that it probably would be worse. At least that gave pluses. Is cruel. Like this one seems kind of cruel, wrong to say nonetheless, even though of course that would be about him being a manipulator. One or the number 3? Now that's a good question. This is also extremely interesting. I want to ask this even though I feel that this might be a better question. Which one do I ask? Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
Yeah, I think putting him out of his misery rather than putting him into that cell when he wasn't insane was really quite terrible, especially when you knew that your brother also loved Natasha. So...
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Okay.
Not immediately, you mean?
Yeah, he is dead at this point.
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
So he got out in some way. Got something out about all of this. I don't know exactly what he did though.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Uh-huh.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
Sure, it might not suit us. That was a minus, but I really did like to ask that question. I wouldn't go for that, even if he would be cruel. So you feel you're two people at the same time even now? Yeah, I think that the right question obviously would have been about, did you ever feel that you were Ibn, or that you are Ibn right now? Or ever felt that you would be him, but yeah.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Alright, so you feel that he also lives inside you. Like, that might be partially the case. You can be almost like Ibn would be, but you're not the real Ibn. That's the thing. You're not actually him. Even if you could feel and comfort yourself with the idea that Ibn lives on in you. But that's just, indeed, that's comfort for you.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
Well, I don't think Natasha will like that either, though. How long can Natasha really be staying with you if, you kill us too?
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, Detective.
Unless that was a plus. Good questions. I wouldn't ask the second one, but the first one or the number 3 again. So that was your plan, take his place and live happily ever after?
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
His hand is going and shaking again, which is not necessarily good.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Ibn's ghost? You're saying that Ibn's ghost is somehow haunting you? The Ibn's ghost is going and doing those writings as in your second one of the personalities?
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
Alright.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
Ah, you know.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
Let's see. I don't know how that will work out. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland, when I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Lust?
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
As in, you just didn't want to lose the moments with her like that? As in, you knew that you would be again, who knows how long in the cell, just doing what you were doing?
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Yeah, but even if you felt like that, you weren't still him because he was there. He still was your brother. Silly, silly man. Wounded. A wounded rat. Poor Albert Thaddeus Wessler. What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up? But yeah, Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. Let's see, how would I do that? You're just a sheep copy, you know that, right? Well, that definitely would be cruel. But is that what would be expected or meant by that? It's difficult to sometimes know exactly how I should be taking this sort of a sentence. What would be the right thing to ask? I don't think I would want to go for that. And then this again, leading everyone by the nose, didn't you? I don't know about, like, maybe. What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up is also a good question, but I think he himself liked to go into there. I kind of want to go for the sheep shot with the sheep copy, sure, but that might be very bad question. I kind of feel that it is a bad question, but I want to do it anyways. You're just a sheep copy, you know that, right?
You're just a cheap copy. You know that, right?
You're just making your position worse by insulting me, detective.
I wasn't insulting you. I was saying out loud what we all know very well.
Yeah, you yourself know too. You're just a sheep copy. You know it.
Don't force my hand to pull the trigger ahead of time. There are many, many things you'd still like to know, wouldn't you?
Why don't we get it over with, Wessler? Pull the trigger and let's finish this pathetic charade.
You think I don't dare do it?
That was a -20. I'm not surprised. If you loved Natasha so much, how could you lie to her all along?
If you loved Natasha so much, how could you lie to her all along?
We lie the most to those we truly love, Santino. Isn't that right?
Well, Molly did lie to us, so that much is true. But, like, that can't be true, but also not. Like, if you, on the other hand, want that someone truly can love you back as you are, as your real person and all that, then you shouldn't be lying. Because then you will just not feel like you are actually loved as you are, the person that you really truly are, beneath all of the lies. Yes, then it's the lies and all that that they love, right? So, I don't think that's a good way of thinking about things, you know? Albert?
It shouldn't be that way.
You mean your wife, don't you? See? That's how it goes. We lie because we don't want to cause even more hurt.
Like, I can understand not wanting to cause hurt with truth, because sometimes truths can hurt, obviously enough. The more you know, the more they can hurt, all the knowledge. But it's still worth it. As in, to be able to be loved for yourself, first and foremost, like I said before. And secondly, like, what was the point that I wanted to say? But you know what I mean, right? Like, if you've done something bad and wrong, yeah, telling the truth would hurt them, obviously enough. But on the other hand, first and foremost, it would hurt them even more if they find out later from someone else rather than you. So that's always a possibility that could happen. And then it just would happen later, that hurt, and not just in the moment. And it just not right for the other person, of course. Obviously enough, it's not right not to tell. Like, I guess in Molly's case, at least, it was something that was her history. That wasn't something that was that relevant in the moment between them in the relationship. It's not like she was sitting in the moment or something like that, which would be completely different. But still, I feel that it's nice to tell everything rather than indeed lie or just tell half-truths in some sense, because they just didn't share that knowledge. On the other hand, it's everyone's right to not share, but still, you know.
What you did, Wessler, is nothing like Molly or me. What you did was out of simple selfishness and cowardice.
Watch what you're spitting out that dirty beak of yours, Santino.
I'm not afraid of you, Wessler. You'd better get that into your small little rat brain.
Especially because you're Albert, not Ibn.
Classic mistake, Mr. Featherland.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Probably only now I should say about the cheap copy, not when I did. But again, I couldn't be certain. Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind. Indeed, that's the only reason why he couldn't then be without her. She was kind to him.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
But if you think about that, isn't it the truth that she deserves better than you, who took your brother's place to be able to be with her?
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
But you do know that another personality of yours is writing those texts to Natasha, for example. Is that really what she deserves? It isn't, right? So no matter how much you could be almost like Ibn, you also have other sides of you that are causing her harm.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done what you did, see? Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this. Indeed.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
Well, that was your mistake, unfortunately. It really was.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Makes sense.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
Kinda makes sense, yes. But so you actually then, on the other hand, indeed hate her, and that's why you've been writing those texts to her. All that. Oh, Albert.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
He is dead. The real Ibn is dead. Now he is talking like he would be Ibn, but Albert would have died. As in, you mean that you would have died in that cell, that you couldn't have just lived there forever anymore after all that had happened. I can understand that part too, but yeah.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
Indeed.
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
Gladly, I am not. You're just a little bit too far in the feelings category, certainly enough. Especially hate. That's not a healthy feeling at all.
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
Sure, but you're the one that has been killing.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
He lets his emotions run astray and also kills people as a result. That's one of the big things.
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Well, makes sense. But for whom? Against the chickens or himself? Is the question.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Focus accuracy 25%, so very bad copper, but oh well. But again, I did poorly in these, in a couple of specific spots. My detective skills have seen better days, and it's a miracle they didn't kick me out of the force. Thank the wild gods for small miracles. Yay, I did so badly. Albert is Ibn Wessler himself. The madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up the loose ends. If you don't catch him now, maybe it's too late. Well, that was my score. He shot himself. I thought that that would happen. No, Natasha came to our rescue after all. Well, good job, Natasha. Thank you for the help.
So, you heard everything.
That's kind of a good thing then, that she was listening in.
I heard everything.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
yeah.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
I can understand that.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
I can definitely understand that, but no matter how much there would be Ibn in Albert, he still wasn't Ibn. And on the other hand, Albert also killed the one that you truly loved.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
Dot 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 dot. I guess police is coming.
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I guess they called them.
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Someone did.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her.
Kinda true. You're in the middle of
Hello,
a
boss.
case. Hello, boss. Yep.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
Totally.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Thanks, Monica.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking?
That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Monica.
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Oh yeah, you wanted those shoes. Yep, we did promise those for you.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Monty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law, but we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Probably.
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
New personal information. And another achievement unlocked. And of course there's the reporter too. Hello, Natasha.
What will happen to her now?
I do not know.
I don't know, Marty. I have no idea.
Indeed.
Wanna talk to her in private, boss?
I don't know.
No thanks, Marty. What could I even say to her?
Yeah. Well, she did ask us to help, and at least she got to the bottom of it, and she's gonna definitely get rid of those, well, written texts now.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
Yeah.
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I can understand.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives.
Goodbye, Natasha. Just gonna talk one more time.
And what about you, Sonny?
I don't know.
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
Oh, thank you, Natasha.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Indeed.
Yes, I think you're right. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome, Natasha.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place, right?
Sure, but you did save us, so that matters more, I'd say.
Well, I won't argue about that.
Indeed. Monica.
I don't know if I've ever seen Monica in daylight.
This means she's real, not just the ghost of the police station.
So, you can finally ask her out on a date.
Like she would be going out with us.
I didn't even hear that. Our little savior. How could we ever repay her?
Get those shoes.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
Well, that's good to hear.
It was for us too, believe me. How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
What do we wanna?
So, what's your shoe size again, Mon?
Yeah, that's important.
35, Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's 2 of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
All right.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, we understood that already.
Yes, ma'am.
Indeed.
See you at the PD?
Yes, see you there then, Monica.
At the PD, Mon. Damn. I wouldn't have thought it, but I'm glad the old hound's here.
Indeed.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
Nah.
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Santino, you're doing that on purpose?
Yes.
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck out of here.
Alright. Can I check here? Achievement unlocked though, apparently. Oh, you all are here. Good to know.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
Not anymore, for sure.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're... Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this, rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Joyful indeed.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Obviously it won't.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Wow.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
Certainly.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Indeed.
Maybe I will, Mr. Featherland.
I certainly hope so, pal.
So long, guys.
That's all about that.
Do you think she was part of it?
I doubt it.
I don't think so, Marty. She seemed entirely honest. Maybe she was the only one who was honest with us the whole time.
Plausible.
You may be right.
Listen, Marty. Does Laura know about you and her?
Probably not.
That was before, Sonny. Laura and I were just getting to know each other. Olivia was only a couple of dates.
You broke her heart, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't think she ever felt anything for me.
Whatever you say, pal.
Can't know for sure.
Marty should talk to her.
Let's go, Marty. Go.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I'm sorry. To be honest, your actual employer was dead. Well, it was dead for a while already.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Sure, Whis.
If there's anything...
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
Well, goodbye.
Look at that. The mongrel caught himself some big game.
Now he can wag his tail.
Wow.
Yuck.
The catch of a lifetime. You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Yeah, someone at least.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yep, you certainly should.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
I wonder if I could have gotten a better ending indeed, that there would not have been a shot at all, but I don't know.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
It is certainly yes.
Cluck you sideways, Bosco. Nice catch, Bosco.
Yeah,
Nice catch.
I wish I could, Sonny.
I don't.
Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Totally.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Yep, that would be cool. To mount them in your wall. But I guess that's pretty much it then, eh? Other than Timothy, of course, is here.
Ah, look what garbage the wind brought in.
Yeah.
Good gods, is this guy everywhere?
Probably.
Our faithful chronicler.
I swear I'm gonna hang him someday. You called him here, didn't you? To witness our grand triumph or our fall.
Totally.
What? No. You're paranoid, old bird.
Mm-hmm. Are we now?
You called him here, did
What?
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
Yay.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
Hehehe.
I wasn't joking.
Mm-hmm.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
Thanks.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Probably no.
Clock off, Tim.
Hey! Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Wow. Amazing, he got a quote.
Just one quote.
I say
Thank you.
we thank.
But it was also me who...
Well, I won't.
Yep. Thought so.
Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's her. Look at all these.
Look. But I can't really leave from here, so... At least not yet, so either I'm missing something or...
Identical twins. And looking at it,
So I wonder if this is the way then that it ends, because I don't see where I'm supposed to go from here. Even though some sort of a cutscene or credits could be nice, but I can't go inside there either, so... I can look a little bit into these, but there's so much in here, to be honest. Do us away. Popo mentioned the Ipenvessel men are trying to offer rats. Ship called the cops on himself and got them to take him in, but why? And Zip's hiding something at the hop dock. We must find out before it's too late. And the wristband, but what the hell does it mean? And the wristband comes from the cops Zip had to hide in the hive on Wesley's orders. And the wristband is very likely from an insane asylum where even Wesley's secret twin was treated. Albert Wesley's disappeared. We have a hunch about what could have happened to him. And Albert fell fatally in love with Natasha. Was that the reason he had to die? Albert is Ipen Wessler himself. The madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up loose ends. If we don't catch him now, maybe it'll be too late. And then Natasha saved our lives at the last minute, once Albert had revealed everything, so there we go. That's it, but is it really over? That's the question. I don't know. At least we've met everyone. So that's something. And I think we have all the locations. Codexes, we probably don't have everything. There's so many of these. There's the Nautica too that I mentioned. Undersea country, interesting. Makes sense though. But yeah, there's so much to read that I'll maybe just like we did read the start, but from here you can pause if you wanna then read some of these other ones, because there is a lot to read, and I think this is already quite a long episode. My goodness, why did I click the wrong button? Council of 12, the Nylonites, Grasmore, Nautica, the Bloody New Year's Eve, Humans, Letter and Fur, and the Wild Gentleman, the Mead War, the Founding War, the Half-Century Occupation. Those are at least the things that we have here. And some statistics, some reasonable things, some less so. That's quite a lot of personal information gotten. Detective rank overall is still legend apparently, even though I got a couple of at least really rusted ones, but of course then besides those two very rusty ones, that was the actual bad copper, then two rusty, then two true detectives, and a couple of decent, like 3 decent I think, so a reasonable amount I guess. Yeah, at least I don't know how I'm supposed to exit from here, so I guess that's it. At least I don't know what else to
Maybe
do.
one day you'll get your own...
Not what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's Philmar in here. I didn't notice.
What about him? How the hell did he wind up here?
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's suspicious.
very.
You think someone hired him?
Who knows?
Could be.
Philmar.
What about him?
Could be. You. What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Is that the case, really?
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
You're busted.
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
Like the burning ship?
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Indeed.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
Interesting.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
Some people do.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Thanks. Thanks a bunch.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
And?
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
Yeah.
Huh, you wish, pal.
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you much.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much.
Not that much, no.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police. In the flesh.
I was wondering that why nothing was happening, but alright, there we are. Chicken Police in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
Wow.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
I think that shouldn't be too difficult.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Jeez. A flash. The Chicken Police is back together. And the Chicken Police is to blame for it. Leslie is dead. Natasha Katsega went missing. Oh, thanks to Santino Veterland and Martin McChicken, the Chicken Police. The following animal species were not included in this game. Tiger, rhino, macaw, snail, cheetah. So many that weren't included. I think there should be a lot. Roper, frog, cryptic, 300 boily, Katarina Publish, scrambled guy, sprinkled skink, miss, Walrus, red, colubis, lost shark. Among many others, indeed. That has a lot of them. That is 1,000 times higher than the natural extinction rate. I have no idea what that said on top. Oh well, I missed it. In the sky, my man has left with the golden smile. This is the song from the, well, the Saw Club. I do like it, certainly. Maybe we can actually hear the full song this time around though. That would be nice.
Keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Alone we're still lying in my bed,
and it's dead.
All the corners are dead inside. The whole world goes to black and white. The moon is falling.
gun for hire, the stun for hire. Those posters were pretty good. This song is nice too. And we didn't hear most of this before. Lazy sports.
My soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Chloe's still
Lying in my bed, and it's dead.
and it's dead.
Indeed, very dead. Well, that was the Chicken Police Painted Red. The final episode for this Christmas is quite a long one. But hey, to be continued maybe one day at least. Well, a little bit more at least.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
There goes Natasha. Call me 555-223 in the matches. What happens, happens. But he didn't look at that number. I wonder if I would now go into a new game and I would go and look at that number. Could I actually call her immediately? That's an interesting question. I just don't know what the number was anymore. I would have to put that down and then try. I guess I can quickly try to do that and be right back with you. Alright, so I checked that number. Let's try quickly if we can somehow go and see about it. I'll skip as long as we can just get to the phone. Well, into that spot, doesn't matter.
Ah, crap.
Let's try this. So, 555. And then 223. Someone definitely answered. I guess it's her singing, right? And a lot of question marks. It is the Bourbon Moon anyways, the song. Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us an hour. But that is what it is. Now we at least know that is what it would be. So, hey, we will be ending here then, even if this is a little bit silly spot. But I hope you enjoyed this year's advent calendars and the couple of games that we had. This to take most of the episodes for this year. But I hope you enjoyed the Chicken Police and also Aviary Attorney. And yeah. I hope to see you again next year for the Advent Calendar, and then otherwise, well, we'll see. And indeed, Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you have a nice rest of the Christmas time, and then also Happy New Year soon. So, thank you for watching, and see you then later on with something else. So, bye bye, see you then.